Good afternoon. It is Barbara, the East Coast Dragon Lady, coming to you on Sunday. Yesterday was a day for me of not doing much. And I find every few weeks that my body just says, okay, today, nothing. Interestingly, as I was, and this often happens to me when I'm in the shower getting ready for the day, the dragons talk to me. So I sort of sat down with actually a new notebook that I have, which I love this. It's Living My Best 9 Lives, and it's all sorts of cats. And you probably know that I have a cat. I am actually a cat lover, and for many years I had more than one cat. But I love this notebook. So you can get it on Amazon if you're interested. Just look up notebooks. It was by Kate. It says Notebooks by Kate. But anyway, I got a few of these. Actually, the other one was Take Note, You Are a Star. Very fitting for me. And I love this one, Be Positive. And they're about $7, $8, I think. So I love supporting people that are entrepreneurs, and whatever you put out comes back to you. So as I was saying, interestingly, I said, oh, what are the highlights for the day? So the first message I got from the dragons was, you need to channel us today. So I was like, okay. And they are preparing me for a couple of weeks' time when I actually have put it out to the universe and to the dragons that I'm going to be out in Western Mass for 2 sessions, but the one that we're focusing in on the Saturday is a 4-hour session with all things dragons. I'm going to talk a little bit about dragons, but the dragons have told me that I will be channeling them. So they said, again, get on there. So Merlin calls it the machine. The dragons see me often doing it on my phone. So they're saying, get on there and channel where we will give you messages. But this is what also came up. Now, I was not prepared to talk about this particular topic. So last week, my brother has been with me for the last 3 weeks. He spent a week here, then he went up to Vermont, him and his wife, and then they came back down here. Horrible weather. As you know, if you live anywhere in the northern part of the United States, we've had, a pretend spring, I think. The sun is shining today, but it's still on the cool side, which has delayed me putting out my herbs, but I'm hoping to do that today. But anyway, I was remembering what's happened over the last week or so, and 2 things have appeared. I actually live in a condo, so I have a patio, and then there's grass. And so I've been having a visit from a raccoon, which is not my favorite person. I see them around. So apparently there was one between my condo and my neighbor's condo, but she apparently had babies and was moving them because they had the pest control guy out. But the raccoon that has been appearing on, I guess at night, on my back patio, decided he would chew a significant size hole in my fence. So we have these fiberboard, I think it is, I'm not quite sure what it is. They're sort of rotting, but a huge hole, and left me a great mess and a few piles of poop, which actually identified that it was a raccoon. So along with that, 2 days in a row, when I've been down at my dining room, I've had a visit from 2 very big crows. And, sometimes you see them. I'm used to seeing the smaller birds, and then you see this huge crow. And I was like, whoa, that's a message. So this is the 2 things. And I say I was not really ready to speak about this, but clearly I need to speak about it. So the raccoon is all about secrecy and hidden knowledge, because they often, burrow in, get inside walls. Also trickery and resourcefulness. And then when I looked up the meaning of crows, it's transformation, change, and regeneration. And I was like, But the big thing that has been coming up as I'm ascending, and I'm also letting go of a lot of past karma, a lot of past lives. So I've been having, I mentioned this last week, what I call a life review. Like I will literally be taken very briefly to something that's happened in my lifetime here. And I believe it's, I need to go back to remember it, to release it, because it's one of those many things that have been holding me. I see the veil as much thinner, so I'm actually able to do that. But I've had an overwhelming feeling that there has been trickery and some secrecy and something that has been somebody has intentionally put something in my way. And I'm not going to go down that hole. I see it as this downward spiral. But I became extremely aware of it around things that I have in my room, things that I've been given, which I thought was in view of friendship. I just had this uneasy feeling, and I've actually got a whole pile of stuff that I'm actually going to put out. So this morning I was told, gather all those crystals, bracelets, all of those things, take them outside. So I've already saged them, done all of that, need to go outside. So that's why so my purpose of saying this, apart from me waking up to that, and these are the things, big things that they have been waking me up to. And the dragons are saying it when I say they, it's the galactics, it's the dragons. They are like poking me to wake up. 2 years ago, I was literally woken up to seeing the energy behind written words. So like when you read the words, I could feel whether it was done with love, whether it was done with malice, whatever. And that really helped me understand some things that were going on in my job. I also came across some writing from a person I believe has been putting subliminal stuff in there. So that got burnt, and it's just been like this whole big... So they're showing me another veil. They're going, yeah, you're not they're telling me you're not paranoid. You're not... That's what I've picked up. And when I pick it up, that I'm correct. So that's all I'm going to say on that. But how amazing that we get animals to show up to bring it to the surface is what they're showing me. They're going, I'm seeing the raccoon with his head buried in my wall, and then he's looking at me. You know, they have these like panda eyes, I call them. And even though they're pests, you know, we've got there. If I live in the middle of the woods, which I do, and I live pretty rurally, you know, we're going to encounter them. The rats, the mice, the chipmunks. I've got a resident chipmunk. I've got lots of birds. I've got new birds this year. So I'm really feeling that. And as you know, I've been connecting with the fairy kingdom. They're now showing me, yes, you've been connecting with the animal kingdom for years. So, you know, all these connections, they're showing me dots. They're going, I've connected. But what they wanted me to say was, don't doubt. When you have a feeling, when your gut tells you there's something that doesn't feel right, that's off, and all the other red flags that we often say, oh, they wouldn't do that. Why would somebody want to do that? Red flags, listen to them, is what they're saying. So, and also I often use, which they're reminding me, they showed me my pendulum. So I've used that with physical things for myself or for other people to check if somebody is, which planet they're from. You know, all those things. Pendulums are awesome. So I have two specific ones, but I also have a crystal that is meant to be a piece of jewelry that I often use. So all of these things are coming out because they're telling me, put them out there. And then two other things happened this week as well. So, you know, I talked 2 weeks ago, the white dragons from the Vatican that have been released by the Pope. And then somebody connected with me around dragons at Stonehenge or from Stonehenge, or what did I know about them? And my first thing was, I haven't connected with them. And of course, sure enough, the minute I say I haven't connected with them, I was sitting eating lunch and they went, you need to go and find this information. They gave me a name of a particular dragon. They showed me it was portals at Stonehenge that dragons are guarding. And they said, go and find that card. So in my mind's eye, it was a card. What it turned out to be, the name was Malvern, which was, and often I don't get the name of dragons, but immediately he gave me his name. And I thought I'd seen it on an oracle deck, but it actually turns out to be the Dragon Reiki Master symbol for Dragon Empowerment Reiki. He is the guardian dragon of Dragon Reiki that I've taken. So what better message to say, absolutely. And then that person confirmed that it was portals that she was seeing, and that stuff. We had a backward and forward conversation. And as you all know, when we connect with these things, sometimes when we connect with dragons, when we connect with angels, archangels, we often feel somewhat isolated. So all those synchronicity, I love it when things sync up. And I've been doing this for quite a while, and it's only, so, and because Merlin has also popped up. So Merlin came into a conversation I had a couple of days ago as well. He popped in to give his, his 5 cents. He's saying pennies, but I'm saying 5 cents, right? So he's doing the British pennies. But he always has to pop up. And he was saying that is his doing. So he is connecting me with what I need to bring forward, and he is bringing forward the dragons. They're the elders and the guardians, and they were the dragons that I did the oracle deck with. So it makes sense that they would want to speak through me. So I'm going to pull some cards, and then while I'm doing that, they told me to talk about this first. I also want to say thank you to all of you. There have been new people joining my YouTube. So thank you if you're a new subscriber. If you've just found me, thank you. Please subscribe. As you know, one of my wishes for this year was to get 1,000 subscribers. I'm still around the 300s. So please share this. And I think that the dragons have been saying that the more I put myself out, and they're saying coming out, come out. But as a channel and as speaking, the dragons speaking through me, they're saying people can ask questions. And that was what I was going to say at the end of this, that if you send me your questions, I will channel them at least once a week. So you can reach me at eastcoastdragonlady@gmail.com and just put in the subject questions for the dragons or whatever. I do a 45-minute clarity call. If you want to just check in with me, you want a one-on-one with me, any of that stuff, see if there's anything I can help you with healing. I do offer Dragon Empowerment Reiki, Dragon Chakra Reiki as well. I do them separately, or I can put them both together. The sessions are about an hour long. So if you're interested, let me know. But in the meantime, I also found this oracle deck, which again is Doreen Virtue, which is my fairy cards are her. And this was like 2008, I believe, 2004. I paid almost double. I realized once I got it what I paid for, what they were selling for, and what I paid for it. But these are beautiful cards. They're all the goddess cards. And I did do a poll for people. Actually, somebody said, could you pull a card for me from that oracle deck? And then I offered it. So if it's something that you want, go to my Facebook page, which is East Coast Dragon Lady. It's a private group and you can ask to join. And I'll happily pull a card for you. Or if you want a question, we can do that as well. So I thought I would pull a goddess card for the week. And this is, if you're new to my YouTube channel, I usually pull some cards for the week to give us a message for the week or whatever's going on. But I feel that the goddess card can actually, there's the one that jumped out. I have jumping cards, I think. All right, so it looks like there's two. Oh, Vesta, so she's come up for me. Vesta is about home. Your household situation is improving, either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. So that's about your home. Sulis is bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or ocean, to recharge your batteries. There's Sulis. And Artemis, guardian. Oh, the Guardian card, of course. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So, Artemis, you're spiritually protected. And the dragons are showing me now, they're showing me all these beautiful dragons all standing with their wings out. Actually, I'm seeing them around the top of the world. So that sort of covers off England, United States. But they're saying they're the guardian angels, and they're holding the protection as a dome over the whole of the world. So thank you. And my guardian dragons are the ones that are going to give us a message at the end of this. So let's see what. So let's pull a couple of fairy cards as well, because so this is long weekend. This is Memorial Day weekend here in the United States. I think it's also a holiday, Remembrance Sunday, I believe, all connected to world wars. And they're telling me the veil's thin. Vacation. I keep getting this. I think this is a hint. Vacation. And look, it matches my top. Vacation. So I don't know, what do they mean by vacation? That looks like a butterfly to me. It looks like a butterfly and a turkey, or a parrot. Oh, wow. I'll put that up for a little bit longer. Tell me what you see. I first of all saw a butterfly and a parrot. Then I saw a turkey. So, vacation. Interesting how the eye, and also you're seeing it through a camera, whether you'll see anything different. So please leave message below, and also subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you. And if you know other people that have questions about dragons, you know, I'm an open book, as you probably all know. There's not much that I won't talk about. Well, actually, there's nothing I won't talk about. I just have to be careful. Otherwise, I would probably have been booted off YouTube long before now. I just have to remember when I listen to those people that have, you know, 2,000 or more, you know, followers, and they have to say, oh, I can't say this and I can't say that. So we're definitely being like, but I think a lot of, so the dragons are showing me that there's also something within being in front of a camera, and that when we're genuine, it actually comes through. So that's why people get attracted to us, right? And our lights are shining very bright. So those of us that chose to be here right now, our lights, they're telling me we've turned up the lights. We've turned up the lights so you can be seen. So don't be afraid of speaking your truth, right, fairies? Quiet time. I've certainly been getting that this weekend. Some of you may be wishing for quiet time because it's a holiday weekend, which often means families come together and cookouts. That doesn't usually happen for us over holidays, but we've sort of got used to that. So one more. Oh, creative expression. So they're saying in the quietness, find what it is that you can express yourself through. They're saying find which medium, not the medium stuff, but find what it is that speaks to you and express your creativity through that. All right, and dragons, let's see. So they've had a good mix here. So let's see what the dragons have to say. The wind dragon, clearing the path. Again, very similar to what I'm wearing. So the wind dragons, we've had it very windy here. Not surprised that came through. They're showing me that they're moving. Actually, they're showing me the wind patterns of the United States. And they're showing the south where there have been a lot of bad weather. and how it's sort of, they're saying it's snaking through the United States. And then from the west coast to the east coast, again, they're showing me it looks like a snake. It goes down, it goes up. They're saying that, all right, they're saying they'll hold that for the message. Okay. The wind dragons clearing the path. So they're clearing our paths of all that negativity. And the guardians of the heart. These are the guardian dragons of our hearts. Open up to love. So for most of us, there's some part of our heart that has been broken, and it needs to be, you need to let go of that, is what they're saying. And that the dragons are there to help you. So if you perceive dragons, or you know you have dragons, ask for the guardians of the heart. Ask them to help you open your heart. And the ancient traveler dragon. So he does a lot of traveling. You are moving in the right direction. So that's confirmation, but he's also showing me that right now there are dragons coming into the planet, and dragons also, there tends to change of the guard of dragons. And these are dragons that have been coming for many lifetimes. The dragons that are here that have been here need time to rest. So there's that changing. They're literally showing me like one dragon will come in and other one will go. So they've, interesting. So the ancient traveler dragons. So these are a pod. This is the new word they've given me for, I call them a collective. They're telling me pod. So there's a new wave of pods of dragons coming to the world, not just to me, but coming to the world. And people, again, there was a wave of people waking up to dragons. There's now a new wave of people that work in higher frequencies. So they're showing me people that have been doing other things, not always spiritual work, but suddenly they're showing me they've looked away and now they're looking back and they're like dragons. So they're saying don't be surprised if people that have never had any spiritual training will wake up to dragons. They're also saying it is part of the Dragon Thunder. So again, on my Facebook page, and if you connected to any other pages, there's also a Facebook Dragon Thunder page. There on July 13th this year, 2025, there'll be 24 hours of Dragon Thunder, which is people who work with dragons, speak dragon language, speak light language, do dragon art, whatever. They have messages, they have transmissions, all sorts of things over 24 hours. So Sunday, all day Saturday and Sunday. It starts in Australia, that's why it's Saturday. Goes to the United Kingdom, and then here in the United States, and that starts at 8:30, 9 a.m. That's West Coast time, so that's 11 East Coast time. So we're looking for. I'm actually one of the co-hosts. Kelly Springer is also hosting with me. This is my 3rd year hosting Dragon Thunder, so. It's a small fee to sign up. You can find it under, I think it's Dragon Thunder 2025. If you Google that or go to the Facebook page, there's lots of information on lots of sites. And I'm not sure what Kevin is charging in English pounds, but it's only like no more than $20. And then you get unlimited access to, people are also doing about 45-minute videos so that you can go in afterwards and see those people that either didn't get a slot or didn't want to speak live, because these are all live events. So that's about the dragons. So they're saying that they are ready to speak through me. So let me see if there's anything else they want before I do that. So they're saying no. thank you for being so open, our dear sister, our dear friend, our galactic ambassador. You're always, always ready to open yourself, and to bring these messages to the people watching this today. We set the intention with you that other people will be drawn to this video and they will see this is a genuine transmission from the Elders and the Guardian Collective, or as some of our newer brothers and sisters are saying, pods. We are elders, we are ancients, we are guardians of the universe, of this universe and many other universes. And we have lived in the galactic realms for what is centuries to you. Earth is new. Earth is somewhere that we have all kept our eyes on. We open our hearts to the people of Earth. For you have decided that you want to live on that planet Earth, for experiences that you as a soul have not experienced. It's a big leap to, as we see it, put a soul in a body. It's a new experience as that soul goes into that body, as it comes to life, a very new experience. And for some, we're also hearing from some of our others saying sometimes the soul does not enter into that child until days after birth. We also see sometimes the soul is already in that baby and that soul has lived in that mother. So both are right, is what we're being told. We bring peace, we bring love, and we bring understanding. We help those that connect with dragons. We help them with their throat chakras. We help and allow them to be heard. As dragons, we have very loud, we can be very loud. When we open our mouths, often very loud sounds come out, and I think you call them roars. They're not meant to alarm or hurt you. We do not speak with our throats. We speak with our minds, like many other beings. We talk to each other through what is telepathy, brain to brain, mind to mind. We know without speaking, is what I'm being told. So we do have what we call translators sometimes when we can't find those words. We view this beautiful channel as one of our translators, one of our gatekeepers, and in many lifetimes she has served us well. In fact, I think she has been told recently, in all of her lifetimes, she has served the dragons, and has been a dragon. I see some of you smile. Yes, some of you have incarnated, your soul has gone into a dragon. Some of you are waking up to those memories, which is very exciting for you. It's very exciting for us as well. Most of us who are the elders and guardians speaking to you now have not been in bodies. We have not had that experience. We are galactics. We are dragons. We are many things. We are rainbow of colours. We are a rainbow of thoughts, a rainbow of love and light. And as our beautiful channel says so often, that we have very large hearts, huge hearts compared to your hearts, which means we can hold a lot of love for many planets. And when we wrap our wings around a planet, when we wrap our rings around our wings around you, you feel that enormous love. And we're doing that now. If you are hearing this message, just sit for one moment and tune into that heart-centered love that is coming from us. We stand in a chain around you as we hug you and send you from our hearts to your hearts, a transmission of love and light and many, many colors. All the colors of the rainbow and more. There is so much more to the frequencies. There's so much more to the colors and the transmissions. And this is just first of many. And we are looking forward to working more with this beautiful channel that she can speak our words. I don't think she is sure how she receives this, neither are we. We just know that there is a connection, and she speaks very eloquently and very well about who we are. There is a pink dome now placed over the United States. We feel very drawn today to put rings of pink and green and gold around the United States in particular. We are placing a dome of peace and love and harmony. And we know that we will leave you with this message, that we know that things will probably, or we know that things will get worse before they get better. We're not sugarcoating that. We just ask that you keep your hearts open. You have forgiveness in your heart. You have forgiveness in your soul. That this is something that the Earth and Mother Gaia needs to work through. And by you holding your vibration in the highest possible vibration that you can reach at this time without help, will help the healing to begin. We do not want you to be afraid. We know that lots of you feel fear. We do not want you to be fearful. That is why we are here. We are here to help you as individuals, as groups, as towns, as villages. You can speak with us as you speak with the guardian angels, galactics, other higher beings. We are of that frequency. And we love you. And we are happy that we have been able to send this message, this transmission to you today. We hold your hearts in our hearts, and we say farewell for now. Well, that was the first for me. I saw, while I was doing the transmission, I actually saw two dragons that were sitting almost like at a throne. I'm not showing they were king or queen. They're saying no, they were just two of the more advanced beings, is what they say, more advanced dragons. And they were sitting in what looked like throne chairs. But they're saying that was just an image that they were projecting to me. So that's interesting. So if you have questions, they say they will answer any question that you have, and that they will not sugarcoat it, is what they're saying. So I hope that has been helpful. I know a lot of you have asked me about doing this. I think some of it has been my resistance to channel, to speak. I write it. I will often say they're telling me. I've not actually let them step in. I've done it a couple of times very briefly. And the other time I channeled Merlin for somebody else who had regressed me. So again, this will change. If you know any people that channel, they keep it very, they're showing me a banana. They're saying it's very bland right now, but they will get into more detail. So I look forward to next week. Let's see what happens new next week. That's all we can do is like stay away from the TV, just, tune in to the vibrations of Mother Earth. Send Mother Gaia your love when you can. Send energy and tap into the core is the message I'm getting from Mother Gaia. And she says also send her love. So send the dragons, send your higher beings, your higher self, send them love. Also, don't forget Mother Gaia. She needs us to hold her right now. Have a great week. See you soon.